Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name?
Surely not. Even I've never heard tell of a second Stanley.
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Melchivari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? Why, Stanley? Why? If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day.
I think our friend really did make it to the Merjavari. And I think the tragedy, but the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner. Not the real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the...
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Merjavari. He's the greatest event. Stanley will never die. Because, I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm getting too old. Now. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes! We're...
Go away.
But...
Leave now.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I'm so glad. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find...
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me.
That's wonderful! So, Jack, is this the part where you...
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired... Stanley, Oh, we'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off.
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Jack.
Jack left.
Oh, I see.
Huh? All of a sudden, you're facing the facts?
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventure is just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new shining star.
You're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure...
Stories? To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley. That's my biggest secret of all. All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living... Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle-scarred warrior.
I'm too old. I never let go. But still, I'm complete. No adventurer should have to go that way.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know? The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Merjavari. I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
I can't thank you all. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to calm back down, but I think that I'm gonna be okay.
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can foot. This calls for a celebration. And by celebration,
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this town.
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. I'll head off to fetch the wine. See you.
Huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of... Oh, hey!
Stanley, so many years after the fact, but I for one am confident.
You made it.
Just tell us where you mean next. So, did you have...
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out when actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet. It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, Old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious...
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair.
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind. A gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better. Or tiny...
A tiny elemental being? Without a human...
Yep. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. In Old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom, and we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear—
Yes, of course! The suspense is killing Paimon! But Venti's telling his story!
Getting a little— You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze, back to a song that I first heard from him. Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.